She mocked my career. Then her future daughter-in-law Googled me. Growing up, I learned quickly that my place in the family was ornamental at best. My brother Daniel was the golden child. Star athlete, straight-A student, framed photos on every wall. I was background noise, sitting at the far end of the dinner table, both literally and figuratively. When I was 8, I wrote a short story in school. Got an A+ and a red-inked note from the teacher. Extraordinary imagination. I ran home excited, paper in hand. My mom glanced at it once. That's nice. But Daniel's got his science fair tonight. My paper ended up coffee-stained on the kitchen counter. Meanwhile, Daniel's half-melting papier-mâché volcano, framed and mounted next to the living room thermostat. At family gatherings, whenever someone asked what I was into, Mom would cut in with a chuckle. "Oh, Ethan just reads all day. He's never been the athletic type." Everyone laughed. I was the punchline. Again. By the time I moved to New York at 20, I knew better than to expect recognition. I let them believe I was drifting. Let them talk about Daniel's finance job while assuming I was still playing pretend. They had no idea. Over the next decade, I built a quiet but solid literary career. Published 2 novels, won the Critic Circle Fiction Award, got featured in The New Yorker, sold international rights, 1 book's being adapted for streaming. I even mailed signed copies home. Found them still sealed years later in the guest room closet. Whenever I called home, my mom would ask, "Are you still working at that little magazine?" I let her believe it. Let her have her version of the story. Then came Daniel's engagement dinner. Mom turned the house into a cathedral for Daniel. String lights, a chandelier centerpiece, fine china. Daniel and his fiancée, Sophia, sat center stage. I was placed at a folding chair near the kitchen. Dinner started with Mom's greatest hits. Daniel's recent promotion. How his boss practically begged him to accept it. Stories of childhood brilliance I'd heard 1,000 times. Then Sophia's dad turned to me. "So, what do you do?" I opened my mouth, but Mom cut in before a syllable left. "He's nothing like Daniel. One son makes us proud. The other plays with books like a child." The table laughed. I raised my glass. "Yep, just a ghost paying New York rent." That's when Sophia looked up. She'd been quiet all evening, but her eyes kept flicking toward me. I saw her pull out her phone, typing, eyebrows lifted. She smiled. Guys, can we pause for a second?" She turned her phone toward me. Black and white author photo. My name, reviews, book covers. An article titled, "Ethan Cole, one of the most compelling new voices of the decade." Silence. Mom's mouth fell open. "Ethan, why didn't you say anything?" She was panicking. "That's not him. He just writes little stories." Sophia blinked. "Margaret, it literally is him. Same name, same face, same bio. Interviews, published books. There's even a panel video. He's sitting next to the Pulitzer winner." Daniel let out a forced laugh. "Just a mix-up. Plenty of Ethan Coles out there." I leaned back, drumming my finger. "You're right, Dan. What are the odds another Ethan Cole, who looks exactly like me, lives in New York, writes books, and got interviewed by the Times?" Sophia kept scrolling. "Critic Circle Award, featured in The New Yorker, an adaptation in development. How is this not something you brag about every 5 seconds?" I shrugged. "I tried bragging once. Didn't get past the cranberry sauce blockade." Daniel leaned forward. "So what? You're some writer guy? That doesn't mean anything funny," I said. "Because your fiancé is geeking out over finding half a Wikipedia page." Mom tried softening. "If this is all true, why didn't you think we deserved to know?" I met her eyes, calm. "Because every time I tried to talk about writing, you changed the subject to Daniel." Eventually, I stopped wasting breath. "Turns out Google listens better than you do." Sophia reached across the table. "I think it's incredible. You built this yourself." I raised my glass again. At least somebody Googled me before writing me off. Daniel's jaw clenched. Mom clutched her pearls like they might explain anything. Then my dad finally spoke, voice low. "Ethan's right. We were wrong. I should have seen it. You worked hard, built something, and we ignored it. I'm sorry." Weeks later, I got a package in the mail. The 3 signed books I'd mailed home years ago. Their spines finally creased. Inside was a handwritten note from Dad. "I'm proud of you. Sorry for being blind." Daniel texted an olive branch. Mom started name-dropping me at her book club. My son, the author. Guess it took Google to tell them what I'd been trying to say for years.